Hello and welcome. My name is Sunshine, the Project Manager, Sunshine Educational Resources, also known as Sunshine Academy. Welcome to our free online lessons in mathematics, chemistry, physics, biology, geography, economics, and many more other subjects. Today in mathematics, we're going to a new topic, and that is properties of special quadrilaterals. We're going to study properties of special quadrilaterals. And the first one we're going to start with here is parallelogram. We're going to start with parallelograms. Now, first and foremost, let's bring the picture of a parallelogram on the board. A parallelogram is something like this. So now we have on the board a parallelogram. So let's look at the properties of parallelogram. Let's look at the properties. So let's look at the properties of parallelogram. The first property of parallelogram is that opposite angles are equal. The opposite angles are equal. The opposite angle of a parallelogram are equal. The second property we're going to look at is opposite sides are parallel and equal. Okay, the opposite sides are parallel and equal. And the number 3 property is that diagonals bisect each other. The diagonals bisect each other. All right, the diagonals bisect each other. So we have number 1 property of parallelogram here is opposite angles are equal. Number 2, opposite sides are parallel and equal. And number 3, the diagonals bisect each other. So now let's move to another quadrilateral. The next quadrilateral we're going to talk about now is called a rhombus. It's called a rhombus. A rhombus is a special quadrilateral. So now let's study the properties of rhombus. The properties of rhombus. So now let's look at the properties of rhombus. Number 1 property is all 4 sides are equal. All the four sides are equal. Rhombus is a special kind of square, but the difference between a rhombus and a square is that a rhombus is tilted. It's slightly tilted. So all the 4 sides are equal. Let's proceed. The second property is that opposite angles are also equal. Opposite angles are also equal. Let's see the third properties. Opposite sides are parallel. Opposite sides are parallel. So opposite sides are parallel. Okay. And number 4, the diagonals bisect each other at angle 90. All the diagonals bisect each other at angle 90. Bisect each other at angle 90 degree. So these are the properties of rhombus. All the 4 sides are equal. Number 1, number 2, opposite angles are equal. Number 3, opposite sides are parallel. And number 4, diagonals bisect each other at 90 degree. These properties are very important because these are the properties we're going to use to be able to solve problems involving rhombus as we proceed. So let's move to the next quadrilateral. The next quadrilateral we're going to look at is rectangle. Rectangle. Most of us are familiar with rectangle. Some shapes in our homes are rectangular in shape and some are square. Most of the time we come across rectangular shape in our homes, in offices, in most of the places we go to, we find objects built of rectangular shape. So what are the properties of this quadrilateral called rectangle? Number 1 property. First, let's bring the diagram of a rectangle on the board. Let's see how it looks like. So this is a rectangle. We now have on the board. So let's look at the properties of a rectangle. Properties. Number 1, opposite sides are equal and parallel. Number 1, opposite side. So opposite sides are equal and parallel. Number 2, each angle is 90 degree. Each angle is 90 degree. Each angle is 90 degree. The third one, diagonals are equal and bisect each other. The diagonals are equal and they bisect each other. Okay. So let's go over it again. Opposite sides are equal and parallel. Each angle is 90 degrees. Diagonals are equal and they bisect each other. These are the properties of a rectangle. Now let's move to another quadrilateral. This time around we have a square. Square, most of us are familiar with square, just like I said earlier. Square-shaped objects are found in our homes, in our offices, and all around us we find square-shaped objects. So let's look at the properties of this quadrilateral. The properties, number one, just like a rectangle, diagonals are equal and they bisect each other. The diagonals are equal and they bisect each other. Number two property is that all the four sides are equal. All the four sides are equal. So number three property, opposite sides are parallel. Opposite sides are parallel to each other. Opposite sides are parallel. And number four, each angle is 90 degrees. Each angle is 90 degrees. Number four, each angle of a square is 90 degrees. All right, the next quadrilateral we're going to talk about now is trapezium. A trapezium is a very special quadrilateral. Let's draw it on the board. So what are the properties of trapezium? Properties of trapezium. Number one, only one pair of opposite sides are parallel. Only one pair of opposite sides are parallel. For example, let's look at this diagram here. You will notice that only this side here that are parallel. These other sides are not parallel. As you can see, these other sides are not parallel. This side here are parallel. So only one pair of the opposite side are parallel. Diagonals bisect each other. Number two, diagonals bisect each other. All right, that is all we have for you today. Thank you very much for watching and God bless you. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. The next video, we're going to use all these properties to solve a lot of problems in mathematics.